Kumusta? Friday na. Welcome to the official launch and the very first episode of Q-mustahan Fridays, your ultimate destination for insightful conversations about education, technology, and the exciting future of learning. This episode is powered by Quipper, bringing the best education to every corner of the world. I'm your host, Jade Hison, and I'm thrilled to be hosting this video podcast. So just a background, Q-mustahan Fridays is an online signature event of the teacher community which conducts an open, caring, positive, fun, and non-threatening discussion between user group members or other members of the academy about a particular topic or theme related to education. And for our very first episode, our guests were the president and the vice president of the Quipper's user group, the teacher community. In this episode, we will get to know them by talking about their teaching journey and their visions for Philippine education and its adoption of technology in the teaching and learning process. So let's welcome Sir Siongco II and Sir Daniel Timbal, the President and the Vice President of the teacher community. Ayan. Sir Hill and Sir Daniel. Ayan. So Sir Hill, kumusta po kayo?
I'm fine, I'm good. Thank you.
How about you, Sir Daniel? Kumusta po kayo?
I'm great. It's been a
Ayan,
bit
nice.
busy for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay po. So, I think we are all excited for this first episode po ng Q-mustahan Fridays. And just to quick background po sa ating mga listeners, Sir Hill is from Don Bosco Technical Institute Incorporated from Tarlac City, and currently a senior high school faculty member. While Sir Daniel Timbal is from San Pedro College Basic Education Department, serving as a community engagement and extension in charge and also IT in charge. So, ang tanong ko po this episode is kumbaga dedicated get to know you po para ng ating community. So, Sir Hill and Sir Daniel, before you achieve the positions where you are right now, could you please share po ang inyong teaching journey? So, like for example, saan po kayo nagtapos ng college and what school was your first year of teaching? And then from there, paano po kayo nakarating kung nasan kayo ngayon? So, let's start po siguro kay Sir Hill.
Okay. Wow. Well, I have been in the field of education for 34 years, both
Wow,
as a
34
teacher.
years.
I started in the grade school, then went to college, and then junior high, and now currently in the senior high school. I also have been an administrator and 4 years as a principal of Don Bosco Technical Institute, and that's from kinder to senior high. Now, I think I would also say that my 6 years as a board member of TCPEA, this is an association for private schools in Tarlac City, has helped me much to understand better the plight of education. 8 years also as a certifier of PEAC, where I get to evaluate and certify junior high school ESC participating schools all over the Philippines. I believe my classroom observation experiences abroad have helped me also understand better education in its broader sense. For example, countries like in Italy, particularly in Bergamo, Milan, Como, and Rome. And then I also was sent to Paris, France, in London and Wales.
Wow.
And then also in Japan, particularly in Osaka and Hiroshima. And then thrice in Singapore. And the most recent just before the pandemic in Wenzhou, China. Because of these experiences, it has deepened and widened my perspective on education. Kaya so blessed ako to have all of this experience.
Wow. So, ang dami na palang napuntahang mga bansa ni Sir Hill, ano? Kumbaga, mamaya siguro we can talk about that. Si Sir Daniel naman po, could you share a brief history of your teaching journey? Saan po kayo nagsimulang magturo? Ganun.
Low-key lang po ako. Hindi kagaya ni Sir Hill. But I've been also teaching for quite some time now.
Mm.
I started my career as a teacher as a technology education teacher in one of the Catholic schools here in our city also. Then I transferred from different schools, when you are still young, no, you you are looking for a greener pasture, a good environment. But the San Pedro College, which I am right now, have been very supportive, and we have a good community. That's why I stay for long here. I've been here for 10 years already.
Mm.
So I'm a general science graduate, but I'm more inclined into technology. So
Mm.
from the start of my teaching journey, I always teach technology education. So parang ang layo-layo, no? Pero I it's always been a part of me to seek uh, professional development. No? I consider myself as a lifelong learner. That's why I attend most of the time, my free time, I attend some professional development given by this group. But recently, I've been
Mm.
accepted as a cohort of one of the programs in line with technology also. And I have several positions held in our school, from a teacher to the community extension to the prefect of discipline. So I've been part of the admin team for quite some time already also. I think based on the experience right now, my concentration is creating a holistic environment for our children, and especially that we are internationalizing our curriculum also here in our school. So we are doing collaboration with other countries, making our classroom borderless. And
Ayun.
that's all po.
So, kumbaga talaga, mga experienced teachers po ang mga kasama ko ngayon sa episode na 'to. So, all in all, Sir Daniel, mga ilang years na po kayo nagtuturo or nasa per se?
Tinanong mo talaga, sir, ha? Around 18 years in the
18 years. Matagal na panahon na rin. Kumbaga, debut na, sir, ano? Debut na, 18 years.
season
Oo.
season teacher, kumbaga.
Oo. So kung sir, diyan sa school niyo po, ang tinuturo niyo po ay more on ICT and also, are you teaching also science, Sir Daniel? Since you are
Yeah, I'm
general science.
also in earth science, but most of my
Hmm.
load are in senior high school, media information literacy and empowerment
Hmm.
technology. I also teach in the junior high school visual graphics design.
So, kumbaga sir, combination. Kaya ko lang din sir tinanong kasi naka-relate din po ako sa inyo because I'm also an educator, no? And I also finished a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in General Science. Kaya kumbaga naka-relate talaga ako kay sir. Si Sir Hill naman po. Sir, you mentioned that you are currently po senior high school teacher. Ano naman po ang mga subjects na tinuturo niyo po ngayon sa senior high?
I'm teaching general physics 1 and 2. That's my
Oh,
major.
so, kumbaga tayong tatlo po pala ay mga science majors, no? Si Sir nagtuturo ng
Tama.
earth science. Ako po, ang specialization ko when I did my master's was actually biology. And then si Sir Hill ay physics naman pala. Ayan. So, kumbaga, kumbaga, nasa same page tayo. Ayan. So,
Nakakatuwa.
um, so, kaya ko po binanggit, kaya ko din po inalam yung years of teaching niyo po. Kasi, I'm just curious, with all those years po in teaching, paano po nagbago yung inyong perspective sa ating education along with the experiences that you had for those years na kayo po ay bahagi ng academe? So, siguro let's start with Sir Sheila po ulit. Ayan.
Well, 34 years, no?
Yes, sir. Parang
Napakatagal na
ano
nun.
po mga
Ilang
changes
dek
yung mga
ilang dekada yun, no? from PIBET, tapos iba-ibang
Oo.
curriculum na yung dinaanan, no? But I think what is important here is yung active participation mo with your
Hmm.
colleagues and with the kind of students that you meet daily. That has really helped you understand better the development, how it has progress in time. And you'll see really na there is a need always for us to adapt, to be flexible to whatever is happening, especially because technology is moving really very fast nowadays. Lalo na
Yes,
nung
totoo po.
nag-pandemic, kitang-kita natin, di ba? It
Hmm.
really opened wide our eyes, and we really have to think out of the box. So this really made us see better that we need to be proactive when it comes to this teaching learning process to be able to help more students and even your colleagues, no? Not just the students, but even your colleagues and even the parents. Kasi kasama mo
Hmm.
rin dapat ma-educate yung parents concerning this. Kasi katuwang natin yan. No, we can't do it
Hmm.
alone. We need also the parents as part of this community. Here in school, we call it Educative Pastoral Community, EPC.
Hmm.
Kaya even the alumni and other stakeholders, they're into helping, okay, regarding this giving of education. In ours, we call it the Salesian education, okay, sa mga mag-aaral natin sa kabataan.
Ayun. So, thank you so much, Sir Hill, ano. How about you, Sir Daniel? Ano naman po ang inyong parang realization of these changes for the 18 years po of teaching, no? Ano po ang mga tingin nyo notable changes for you sa ating education?
Yeah, I've experienced, no, from the very traditional way of teaching, and right now using technology in the teaching and learning processes. So talagang medyo malayo na yung narating ng Philippine education
Hmm.
system. But again, we have, as Sir Hill said, no, we have a lot to improve. Most especially
Hmm.
in creating student-centered activities. I think common in our both, no, mga Catholic schools is creating holistic
Hmm.
development for our students. And ako personally, I yung teaching philosophy ko is um, collaborative, no? Creating collaborative activities, whether it's for students, it's for the faculty, or to the whole community. Sabi ni Sir Hill, we include parents also. That's common naman sa, I think, no, from my experience. I have experience also teaching in another Catholic school, and we give
Hmm.
importance to yun, yung creating a holistic community in our community. So pati parents, pati mga alumni, so these are part and parcel of our mission vision. Ayan. So pero medyo sa mga surveys, no, naglalag tayo behind. But
Hmm.
we improved starting 2017, I think, no, yung sa PISA report. I
Hmm.
think we improved already at least 2 ranks higher than before.
Hmm.
Right now. Ayan. Yun po.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Hill and Sir Daniel. So just to parang summarize, no, o synthesize po yung mga sinabi nyo, kita po natin na ang education nag-shift siya from teacher-centered to learner-centered. And also, kita po natin na the ICT integration ay pumasok po, ano, simula nung paunti-unti, simula I think 2010, ayan, nagsimula na ang ICT integration, unti-unti ng, gaya na sabi ni Sir Daniel, yung traditional mga instructional material napalitan na din ng mga, 'di ba po, pumasok ang ICT. So, nabanggit niyo na din po, Sir Hill at Sir Daniel, yung influence, no, ng technology sa mga pagbabagong ito sa ating educational system, particularly in the Philippines. So, could you share po, siguro in your school, no, simula nung nag-start yung pandemic, paano po na-enhance ng technology yung learning experience ng ating student or paano nakatulong yung technology to continue the learning process even though nung panahon po ng pandemic. So, Sir Hill?
Yes, actually our school, Don Bosco, ever since has been a technical school,
Mm,
and I'm a product of this, no? In junior high school, we have been divided into different groups, no, depending on your abilities, no? So, iba napupunta sa computer, iba sa electronics, electricity, yung iba naman sa drafting.
mm,
So at that
mm,
time, that's the kind of technology that we have that made it as our niche, no? Yun ang niche namin as
mm,
a technical school. And the teachers, the faculty has helped so many of our Bosconians, no, through this. But then something happened.
mm,
Remember, because of the COVID,
mm.
it opened our mind that we have to go beyond that. No, we have to do something better
Oh,
in
mm,
order to be able to reach more Bosconians. No,
mm,
and that's when we started having this online distance learning and also the
mm,
modular distance learning. And for the online distance learning, we're happy that we're able to use the Quipper.
mm,
And Quipper really has helped us reach many of our students. At the same time, students were able to access it even during
mm.
offline. Hindi naman ganun kasi kaganda yung internet natin by that time. Remember?
Yeah.
Inayos pa natin lahat yan. Nalaman din natin, maraming teachers din, hindi rin okay sa bahay. So,
Mm,
wala sila nun, kaya they really have to go to the school. And then, much of the budget was placed now to improve yung how to be able to bring this down to the level ng mga karamihan ng mga bata at teachers. It was not
mm,
perfect. There were a lot of
mm,
trials and errors. Nakaka-frustrated pa minsan kasi bigla nawawala. Pero I think that's part of learning eh. Kasi that's part also of
mm,
management, and in time nagkaroon naman ng improvement, no? But I'm not saying perfect na. We still have
mm,
to sit down and go over this and do a constant evaluation of this in order to ensure that this technology is really helping many of our learners and many of our educators. So far sa akin, yun ang dating sa akin ng technology, no? How it has helped so much. Kasi we opened up our mind and we accepted what is usually that we're using before. Kaya ang laki ng
mm,
pagbabago ito. We embrace it, and by embracing it, we were able to implement it, no? With a lot of
mm.
trial and errors.
Opo, kasi, because of the pandemic ano, accelerate 'no, yung adoption because there is a need kasi ito yung option to continue learning and from what I've heard from you, Sir Hill, but I think the technology also gave you the chance, your school a chance to connect to a lot of your clienteles 'no, nagkaroon ng wider reach 'no. How about to your school, Sir Daniel, ano, how does, technology enhance the learning experience of the students or how does technology continue the learning process during nung time po ng pandemic? So, could you please share something about it po?
Ah, um, sorry, sir. During the pandemic, no, I think we were one of those schools na kuskusan yung plan, no? Talagang na-disrupt kasi yung education at that time, no?
Hmm,
Yung face to face. So, we were looking into uh, different application softwares. But prior to that, prior to the pandemic, we have already trained our teachers through continuing professional development of different technologies. Kasi we are integrating naman
hmm,
different technologies in our teaching and learning processes. In fact,
hmm,
uh, I started using Quipper since 2017 or 2016.
hmm,
During that time, I think Pioneer School kami nag-try out ng Quipper during the free version pa. No?
hmm,
Tapos, during the pandemic time, we created different criteria of a technology that we will use. So, ang
hmm,
pinakauna doon is the technology should be student student-centered.
Mm.
Pangalawa is it should be inclusive. Inclusive,
Mm.
whether kasi meron namang mga students natin, no, they have different learning styles. So we have to,
Mm.
kasi hindi kami nag-modular, hindi din kami ibang modality, but we only focus on full online modality during the pandemic.
Mm.
So, pangatlo, we make sure that the technology that we will use is secure. Kasi
Mm.
yung security ng information ng mga bata, no, yung ating mga communication, and then pang-apat, if I remember it right, is adaptability and integration with our current system. Kasi
Mm.
we have already a system here in our school, no? So the technology should be adaptive in our current technology
Mm.
para yung learning curve ng mga teachers who will be using this technology will not be too steep, no? Yung hindi na sila mahirapan. Maraming schools pati mga teachers, no, talagang nahirapan sila, but in our case, no, hindi naman sa pagano, medyo nahirapan kami pero konti lang. Like sa experience din ni Sir Hill, no? Kasi nga we have technology in place already, and kaya nga we sure na yung technology na gagamitin namin for the for the rest of the pandemic period will also adapt to our current technology, no, or adapt, no. And lastly, uh, it would be scalable. It could be kahit na walang pandemic, it can be still used, no, and
Mm.
can continue. Kasi we thought during that time na talagang hindi na tayo babalik doon sa very
Mm.
traditional way of the teaching and learning process. And
Mm.
right now, no, our school kahit some are doing still online, and meron na ring mga trends in other trends in the education community na pwede ng full online yung klase, no, yung mga blended learning, yung mga ano pa nung tawag
High
yung isa?
flex classroom, yung high flexer.
High flex, no, yung
High
high flex
flex.
classroom.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
yan. So, yung technology na gagamitin namin can be scalable even though wala ng pandemic. It still can be used kasi our students right now, they are also technology inclined, no? And isa pa sa one big contribution na hindi kami masyadong nahirapan during the pandemic period is that our teachers are very young. We have young
Ah,
teachers, so they are also using technology frequently. So, medyo hindi kami,
millennials and Gen Z.
yeah. So, madali silang natuto, and they have been very creative with the technology that we use. And parents uploaded, no, our procedures, our performance during the pandemic time. Ayan.
Ayan. So thank you so much, Sir Daniel, for sharing your experience on how technology continued the teaching learning process even the pandemic. And from what I've heard from both of you po, parang different sides of the coin. Kasi kay Sir Hill, they totally adapted, no? They use technology to continue the learning process. And it's totally new to them, na to adapt in that kind of modality. While what I've heard from what you've shared, Sir Daniel, is your school has a prior knowledge on how to deliver the teaching learning process using technology. That is why hindi na po kayo, sabi nga po, hindi na po kayo ganun nahirapan kasi nga meron na kayong prior experience. And also, naalala ko po dyan yung um, case ng country na Estonia. Kasi nung time na nagka-pandemic, 'di ba po, lahat tayo nag-shift into different online transactions, 'di ba po? And I've read that Estonia hindi sila gano'n nahirapan kasi before the pandemic, lahat na talaga ng kanilang processes, the government processes, business processes, schools, no, ay naka-online na talaga. So yun siguro yung naging reflection ko na iba talaga if you are ready na kapag merong certain prior knowledge na rin talaga. Iba yung ano niya. At nakakatuwa po na shinare niyo yon, shinare niyo yung mga experiences na yun para maging reflection din ng ating mga listeners. Ano ba ang state ng ating school, no, regarding on adopting these technologies, no? Nabanggit niyo na din po, Sir Hill at Sir Daniel, yung about sa Quipper. Of course, you are both Quipper subscribers, users ang inyong pong school. Sir Daniel, paano po nakatulong yung Quipper products sa inyong school in delivering quality and accessible education sa inyong pong mga students and even sa ating teachers and parents?
Quipper greatly helped, no, in our teaching and learning process. Why? Because our students, our Generation Alpha students, mahilig silang uh, to do their activities at their own pace and at their own time, no? Hindi mo sila mapasunod sa classroom, no? Kapag gumawa ka ng activities sa classroom, of course, ngayon, no, this is our setting now. Talagang konti lang ang gumagawa kasi it's they have different learning styles, eh, no? Sabi ko nga, when we use Quipper, we can blend, no? We can have blended learning. So talagang not only blended learning but personalized learning. So when teachers give assignments, so they can answer it on their own pace. So sa bahay or doon sa classroom. So talagang napaka laking tulong ng Quipper, no? And aside from that, that's for the students. Sa teachers naman, personally, at sa akin, no, the materials that are in the Quipper platform are more than enough. No? Talagang maraming content and you have links to other websites or other resources. Tsaka nandun na, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare, maghanap ng mga resources because it is there given, including PowerPoint presentations. No? Minsan pag medyo kulang ng time, I fully use the presentations given by Quipper. Ayan, so download ko lang, tapos familiarize ko yung content, at saka kung meron akong idadagdag ko. But sometimes, hindi na talaga ako nagdadagdag, no? Kasi yung isang lesson of PowerPoint presentation is enough for the time that we have. Pero pag may mga wala naman doon na content na gusto kong ipasok, I can easily do that naman, no? So talagang malaking tulong si Quipper sa amin, no? Aside from that, ang pinaka-importante sa akin is yung ability of the platform to provide data analytics. Yun yung pinaka-maganda talaga. Kasi when you send an assignments, you can tell which students did not work on it, no? Ilan ang score sa first time, sa second time. When you have your exams, makita mo doon, no? Anong time nag-answer, sinong parating nasa platform. Yun ang pinakamaganda sa akin, eh. Because later on, you can study that, no? And you can improve your teaching and learning process also. So I think this is the part where many teachers, no, fail to look into yung data analytics. Maraming teacher ang hindi na-appreciate, no, but I really appreciate the platform giving this data because data right now is very important, no?
Yes,
It
I
can
agree, sir.
yeah, it can make us yung magkaroon tayo ng informed decision, no? Para kasi pahirap naman kung puro haka-haka lang, no? Talagang when you present that, may data ka na, ito yung nangyari, no? Ito yung nangyari sa curriculum, ito na yung nangyari sa mga students, ito yung achievement. So you have the data and you can do research, you can apply changing, enhancing your curriculum development, and totally, no? Talagang napakahalaga ng feature na yun ng Quipper.
Yun, thank you so much, sir, no, for sharing kung ano yung mga features na gusto po niya at nakatulong sa inyo personally as teacher po from your school. How about Sir Hill po? How has Quipper products benefited your school or you personally po ano, in delivering quality and
Yeah.
accessible education to your students or students of your school?
Actually, my experience here are two sides of the coin. First, as an administrator, principal ako noon, so
Yes, yes. Mm,
wala akong tinuturo. But I was able to see yung data, teachers who are
mm,
using it, and then the
mm,
students in general. So I get to see a clearer picture of each department, each areas of discipline who are really working and using this Quipper, both the Q-learn and that of the QS. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng essay, di ba? Because of these
mm.
changes that happen, the teachers are asking for this, they want to give more, pero wala pa
Yes,
sa platform. And they did
yes.
try to share this with the Quipper staff, no? Kaya nabuo yan, no? And I agree with Sir Daniel on everything, no? Yung minention niya. Hindi ko na ulitin yung mga iba niya sinabi. Pero I would like to focus on another point, no? It has helped, for example, our educators in preparing their lesson plan.
Yeah.
They still have to
Mm,
prepare their ILPs, the instructional learning plan. And they get the resources from the content of the paper. Pandagdag yan, definitely, no? And then every time they are going to make a summative assessment, you can just make an exam. You have to prepare also your table of specification. Yun, nakatulong na naman ang mga content niyan in the Quipper. Kaya nga, you could see really na nakikita yung alignment, no, from when they delivered it, when they prepared their lesson plan, they delivered in the class, and then eventually they're going to check how much learning the students have, both in formative and summative assessments. This eventually, I believe, increased the confidence among educators. Nung nabigyan na akong chance magturo, it was my turn to study it. And kasi teacher na ako niyan eh. So, paano
mm.
ginagamit ng mga... Before, hindi eh. I was looking at how teachers were using it. No? So,
We're
yung
using it.
general overview nakikita ko. But now, I'm the one using it. I really have to engage myself and find time and understand better this platform. And the more you use it, ito yung nakita ko, the more you use it, yung confidence level mo on using the technology really increased. And nagiging part na siya nung routine mo as you engage this even during face-to-face. So it becomes really part of the teaching learning process. No? Uh, I give credit to our Quipper staff who has been there 724, really assisting our teachers. Our teachers sometimes would have a lot of questions, no?
Mm,
And immediately they would send this. Nakukuha kagad yung sagot. No?
mm,
Meron ding standby, may pupunta rin sa school eh. At
mm,
nagtatanong din diretso sa mga teachers, ano pa bang kailangan natin, anong problema natin, ano pa pwedeng ayusin, paano pa ma-improve. I think this is really the most important thing, communication among Creeper staff and also our educators. Kasi hindi porke meron ka ng platform, you're on your own na. Hindi. Kaya nga may training nangyari, tapos may retraining pa nangyayari, kahit na alam na natin na naituro na yan sa teacher the past years, the following year, kailangan pa rin siyang ituro kasi may bago na naman nadagdag doon sa paper. And that is really very important. Itong mga products nito, kailangan talaga ina-assess siya. At nag-enjoy ako most doon sa data analysis. Every time I give an assignment or a quiz assignment or an assessment, I go back to the evaluation, nada-download naman yun eh. And you'll be able to see
mm,
each item, saan pa talaga
mm.
yung mga bata nahihirapan sagutin.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
from there,
Mm,
it made me change again my next lesson. Nababago ulit yung lesson ko kasi I have to go back to sa mga competencies na hindi sila ganun kataas ng level of mastery. Then I send that to individual or small group of students na pwede mong gawin. No, hindi laging pang general lang for the entire class, which ginagawa ko. At natutuwa yung mga bata. I could hear feedback from them during face to face. Sabi nila, Sir, thanks po, at napansin niyo dito pala kami mahina. Because it gives you time to restudy all this eh. The data really is very important. Pag hindi mo pinansin yung data yan, at patuloy ka lang lesson after lesson after lesson, wala, parang gusto mo lang tapusin yung libro eh, chapter by chapter.
Hmm.
Pero education is not like that, no? You really have to see yung needs, the current pressing needs ng mga hawak mo mga bata. And I think when you go into that, well acknowledged yan ng mga students, no? And they really are so happy about it. And eventually, nagiging happy na rin yung mga educators, no? Dahil they're able to reach out na the least, no, of the least, sabi mo natin yung kumbaga ba yung mga napag-iiwanan ng mga bata, no? Hindi lang lagi nakatutok tayo doon sa mga matataas, but eventually yung mga napag-iiwanan naihahabol natin. At dahil may pacing ang bata, we give them that chance, no? Through the Quipper, no? Dahil you can resend it again and then target it from another and then give them better links pa so that they'll understand better yung mga content na yan, no? So it's good, no, na you have given us these products, no, because it gives time, more time for our teachers. Yung pala, it gave us more time for teachers to be with their families. Kasi noon, di ba,
Hmm.
naalala mo, pagkatapos sa school, pag uwi mo, school pa rin eh. Bit-bit mo lahat ng gamit, tinutuloy mo sa bahay. Pero ngayon, dahil nandyan na lahat yung content, nandyan na lahat yung mga kailangan mo, ang bilis mong magawa. At dahil
Hmm.
na lumiit yung time na pag-prepare mo, dumami rin yung time mo para makagawa ka ng other things. And one of them is yung engage mo naman sa family. Kasi we believe na kapag may time ka rin sa pamilya mo, you get to energize yourself better for the next class the following day. Hindi ka lang sub lagi doon sa trabaho sa school. Pero nabibigyan mo ng panahon, oras, yung pamilya mo. Kaya pagbalik mo sa school, better ngayon yung ah, sarili mo, no, in giving yourself to your class and to the rest of the other educative community. So, thanks to Quipper, galing, natulungan kaming lahat.
Ayun, very much welcome po, Sir Hill and Sir Daniel, dun sa mga binanggit nyo. And from what I've heard, no, nakita ko po on how our contents were able to help you by saving you the time, no, in preparing your lesson. Kasi gaya na sinabi ni Sir Daniel kanina, ida-download na lang niya at kung meron siyang kailangang baguhin, doon na lang niya idadagdag. Unlike noon, you will start from scratch. For example, like isang puting presentation sa PowerPoint. Di ba? Ikaw pa yung kukunin mo yung content mo sa book, ililipat mo dun sa ano. Pero because of our content, ready-made content, which is K-12 aligned, ano po, and Milk aligned. So, madali na, ano. And also, nakakatuwa po na coming from you po, no, na talaga users ng Quipper, yung na-appreciate niyo po yung data analysis part or analytics part, the statistics tab of our platform. And maybe this conversation pwede pong maging reflection ng aming product team on how we can do better, no, dun sa analysis, because yun yung nakakatulong talaga siya. And I agree to Sir Hill, ano, na totoo na dapat pinagtutuunan natin itong mga data na ito kasi gaya ng sinabi ni Sir Daniel, it can give us informed decisions, no. And, yung subject kasi ni Sir Hill, physics, mahirap yan, eh, 'no? No college talagang hirap din ako diyan sa physics kaya, mahalaga kay Sir Hill na malaman ano bang specific competency talaga sila nahihirapan, ano? At malaking part dun yung analysis kasi makikita mo anong part ng iyong mga exam, ng iyong quiz sila talaga nahihirapan. So with this, thank you so much po, na-appreciate niyo yung aming platform, ano, in delivering the best education, ano po, sa ating mga schools. Ngayon, let's end this podcast with this last question po, no? So, nabanggit ni Sir Hill kanina na he's been to other country, and also Sir Daniel is also, their school is also in touch with other countries, especially in internationalization of their curriculum, no? So, my question na lang po, my final question po, ano, what are your visions for the Philippine education? Because I think we all agree na we can do better from what we have right now in the Philippines, no? Are there specific changes or improvements you would like to see So, Sir Daniel, kayo po, how can we what specific changes or improvements you would like to see to the Philippine educational system?
I think the as I've said, no, in my previous statements, I think the Philippine education is quite doing well right now, but there
Mm,
are so many things that we have to improve, both
mm,
public and the private sector, no. But I envision the Philippine education to be holistic. Uh,
mm.
I'm very sure it has been stated by many educators already in the depth end, but yung
Yeah.
totoo talagang holistic na makikita mo, no? Uh, 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 Bakit holistic? Kasi kami in San Pedro College, that is our uh, vision, no? To provide holistic, nurturing environment, uh, beneficial to total transformation of persons. Another, I think, is using technology in the classroom, no? Sa continuous innovation in the classroom, the teaching and learning process. There, I have so many friends in the Department of Education because
Mm,
I also help them sometimes train uh, teachers in the use of technology, integrating different applications in the classroom. And I think they are doing well. The private sector also, I'm very sure they have a lot of trainings. No? But we have to be innovative in our approach, continuous education in the teaching and learning process. And lastly, I envision the Philippine education to be inclusive.
mm.
Yung yung pong inclusivity na parati nating sinasabi, yung totoong inclusivity na walang gap between those who have and those who have nots. Yung mga ganon, yung mga in the last mile schools, kung
Mm,
ika nga nila, no, yung mga last mile schools, yung mga uh, brothers and sisters natin ng mga may disabilities, no? And I
yes,
think
yes.
technology plays a very important role in this aspect.
Mm.
I hope na magiging malakas pa yung internet connection, maging mura yung mga ah, mga technology devices, at saka mas maraming tatangkilik, no, sa ating mga teachers to use yung mga proven na mga resources, no? Kagaya ng yung ng company, you are providing quality resources to the teachers, no? To the schools. Dapat yun po yung talagang vision natin for our education system here in the Philippines. Yan po.
Thank you so much, Sir Daniel, for sharing your visions for the Philippine and wish, no, for our Philippine education. How about you, Sir Hill? What are your vision for the Philippine education, or any specific changes or improvements you would like to see in the near future?
Yes, we need to level up still this Philippine education.
Mm.
Comparing it with the other education in other countries, very
Mm.
basic yun sa kanila. Fewer subjects, but using
Yes, yes.
technology. Napansin ko yun.
Mm.
I think sa atin, yung mga nasa grade school, bombarded with so many
I agree.
subjects, no? Kaya dahil sa sobrang dami na kailangan nilang matapos ng mga content and competencies, no? It becomes a domino effect hanggang college. No? Nagiging domino effect.
Mm.
We've got to really go back to the basics, no? Uh, Without sacrificing, of course, the most important competencies, no? Agree naman ako doon, no? Um, pero it doesn't mean that if you learn so many subjects, you'll be successful, no? We always put this into mind that we're not only after the quality education in terms of yung academic, But
Mm.
we are a human person is also made out of the spiritual, social, emotional. So lahat yun, yung aspect na yun, kailangan tina-target ng education. And I think the government should step up and help private schools kasi the government is helping the government schools already. Pero in a way, tinutulungan naman niya kasi meron tayong PAC. No, yung mga subsidy
Mm.
binibigay sa mga students sa junior high tsaka senior high, tsaka yung teacher salary subsidy naman sa junior high. Pero that's not enough. Marami tayong mga private schools na standalone lang na grade school, standalone lang na senior high. Uh, and they need also financial help para yung budget kasi is very important para you can build more of this
Mm.
infrastructure and technology. Kung sana nagbibigay sila ng mga laptops and all of this na Wi-Fi to the government, sana tulungan din nila yung mga private schools kasi private schools they depended on tuition fees and other fees.
Yeah.
Yan din ang pasweldo nila sa mga teachers, no?
Mm.
And therefore sa akin, if we really would want to have Philippine education developed, uh, why is it that in other countries the government can do that for both public and private? So I
Mm.
think sana mag-step up yung ating government para matulungan both, no? Para pag sinabi mong teacher, you're not only referring to government teachers but teacher both in the
Yeah.
public and private, no?
Mm.
Yung mga bills pinapasa sa ng ating mga house and in the Senate. Sana nandun din sa private teachers, no? Hindi lang lagi
Mm.
sa I'm saying this kasi hindi mo maaalis ito sa level ng we want to level up the Philippine education, no? Kapag kasi nabigay mo yung pinaka-foundation, yung sa Maslow's hierarchy sa mga private
Mm.
teachers, abay, makakatulong yan ng higit doon sa paghubog doon sa mga kabataan dito sa ating edukasyon sa Pilipinas, no? Malaking bagay talaga yun. Pero uh, if we also let go of our other teachers, umaalis sila, nag-a-abroad. Nagkakaroon naman tayo ng brain drain naman. So, sa mga dapat tumutulong sa mga bata natin, no? Nakakalungkot, no? Ang reason lagi is kasi mababa ang sweldo, everything. Well,
Mm.
sasabihin natin, bakit na tayo bumaba? Basic kasi yan, no?
Mm.
You can't give what you don't have. So sa akin, uh, how can you build up more infrastructure? How can you have more of this technology be used, no? Nandiyan na naman yung budget nandiyan na naman. So I think
Mm.
malaking tulong ang government kung makakatulong talaga sila. Think of laws makakatulong both for government and private schools. So yun yung isa. Para
Mm.
talagang inclusive siya, hindi exclusive lang sa government schools. Magiging inclusive talaga yung Philippine education for all. Na eventually, syempre, no one left behind. Sinabi ko na yan before,
Mm. Mm.
teacher, students, staff, administrators, parents, and all other stakeholders, they should be all part of this in helping improve the Philippine education. Yun ang na-notice ko sa other countries. Talagang tumutulong lahat, no, para ma-improve nila. Then eventually, uh, check and balance again, evaluate. Ito yung part na nawawala kasi lagi. Evaluate, assess, then eventually after na-evaluate na assess, syempre masisimula na ng bagong year, school year na naman yan. Then improve on those matters that needs most to help improve yung ating Philippine education level.
Ayan.
And then with
Thank
that,
you
I
so
think
much.
we'll be able to achieve higher proficiencies, okay, of the different
Ayun.
competencies in the different fields or areas of discipline. Thank you.
Ayun, sir. So from what I've heard po, from what you have shared po, Sir Hill at Sir Daniel, we really need for a holistic plan, no, to level up the Philippine education, not just focusing on revising the curriculum and providing infrastructure and technology, but also a plan to take care of our teachers, pro teachers, no po, ano, so that lahat aangat, ano, para kasi isa siyang parte-parte siya, no, ng isang buong puzzle. So dapat lahat ng aspeto ng ating all aspects of our Philippine education should also be leveled up, no? Para buo lahat aangat yung ating buong sistema. Ayan. So, thank you so much po Sir Hill at Sir Daniel. This concludes our episode for the first episode of the Q-mustahan Friday. So, very light lang po, ano, talagang kumustahan lang regarding, di ba po, our education system, kung anong kalagayan din sa school, and also how our product help you in bringing the best education po in your clients. So, na po. So again, thank you so much, Sir Hill at Sir Daniel. So I hope our listeners get valuable insights about education, technology, and the exciting future of learning through experience and the expertise shared by you in this episode. So we release episodes every last Friday of the month. So make sure you follow our official YouTube account of Quipper Philippines. Please also do follow and like our official Facebook page, Quipper Philippines, to keep informed of our latest announcements and product updates. If you are also a Quipper subscriber, you can be a member of the exclusive user group of Quipper, the teacher community, and belong to a community of teachers and school admins just like Sir Hill and Sir Daniel around the Philippines who are also fellow Quipper users. So please contact Quipper channels to know how. Again, this is Jade Hisan of Q-mustahan Fridays. See you in the next episode. Again, thank you so much, Sir Hill at Sir Daniel. Happy weekend po. Bye-bye.
Weekend. Bye-bye,
Happy
everyone.
weekend. God bless.